Long before you could order meals on apps, India had its dabbawalas. Hey everyone, it's Jeff. Welcome back to Plain English, episode number 174. You are listening to the best podcast for learning English through current events. The program is produced by JR. He also manages the website, which has a lot of great resources. You can visit this episode's page by going to plainenglish.com/174. Coming up today, the third in our occasional series on English-speaking destinations. Today, we visit Mumbai, India's biggest city. English is one of the dozens of languages spoken in Mumbai. Like in much of India, many people speak some English there. Hindi is the most popular language in India overall, but English is the second most popular and is one of the two official languages of India. So on that basis, Mumbai qualifies, in my sole and absolute judgment as host of Plain English, Mumbai qualifies as an English-speaking destination. After all, I went there, and almost everyone I encountered spoke English. I've been to India 3 times, each time for work, and I spent most of my time in the suburbs of Delhi, but I did spend a weekend in Mumbai where I stuffed myself with delicious food, took a city tour, watched a cricket match, and saw all the sights. So I'm really excited about today's episode. Let's get going. It's big, it's crowded, it's crazy. Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay, is the beating heart of India's culture. It's India's largest city, and while it's not the seat of government, it is the financial center of the country. India's central bank, stock exchanges, and securities regulators are all there. 5 Fortune 500 companies have their headquarters in Mumbai, including the Indian conglomerate Tata Group. It's also home to India's booming film industry, nicknamed Bollywood. India produces more films than any other country in the world, and many Bollywood films are a mixture of Hindi and English, sometimes called Hinglish, and they tend to involve a lot of music. So finance and entertainment industries, you know what comes next, right? Nightlife. The city is full of pubs, cafes, dance clubs, you name it. There's a beach, but it's not exactly a relaxing beach. Very few things in Mumbai are relaxing. It's a very Indian beach, let's just say that. It's called Chowpatty Beach, and you'll find families, couples, teenagers, groups of friends, lots of people there, and street food vendors up and down the main path. Mumbaikars love their street food on the beach or inland. Vada pav is like a spicy potato/veggie burger. Chaat is more of a category of snack food, but chaat usually involves potatoes, onions, chips, some veggies, and this is India after all, lots of spices. You can also find lots of delicious kebabs. Mumbai is hot. Oh boy, is Mumbai hot. I remember walking around at 10 o'clock at night in the steaming fall heat. It's also subject to the monsoon. The monsoon is a rainy season. I used to think that a monsoon was a single storm, but it's actually about a 4-month season where they get heavy, intense rain between about June and September each year. Mumbai is located on the Arabian Sea on the western side of India. Its most famous corridor is called Marine Drive, and it's one of the busiest roads in the world. It extends a few miles along the shoreline and is lined with Art Deco-style buildings. Mumbai has the second most Art Deco-style buildings in the world, behind only Miami. Speaking of buildings, there are several landmarks to know. First up, the Gateway of India is a huge arch that symbolizes the entrance to India for people arriving by sea. The main train station is called Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, formerly Victoria Terminus, which is the city's main train station and the headquarters for India's famous railway system. This is where you see crush loads of people on the trains, literally people riding on the roof of the train, people hanging out the sides of the train as it's moving. It's crazy. The other must-see building is the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, which opened in 1903 and has since welcomed political leaders, captains of industry, movie stars, and so on. Speaking of buildings, the world's most valuable private residence is in Mumbai. It's called Antilia. It's worth about $2 billion. It has 27 floors, 27 floors with extra high ceilings. So even though it only has 27 floors, it reaches the height of what is normally a 60-story building. One family, one residence. It has room for a staff of 600 people and was built on land that was once an orphanage. They literally cleared out an orphanage so someone could build a 27-story home for a single family. This would be a good time to mention that Mumbai, like much of India, suffers from extreme wealth inequality. There are some startling photos showing slums where people live under tarps just next door to luxury high-rise buildings. Let me share two things unique to Mumbai, both of which I saw on my city tour. Dhobi Ghat is something crazy. It is the world's biggest open-air outdoor laundry. You can't go in as a visitor, but you can look down on it from the street above. It's a warren of concrete washing stations, thousands of dhobis, as the washers are called. They wash the clothes and linens from Mumbai's hotels and hospitals. You can see them wash and scrub the laundry in the concrete pens, then hang the clothes and linens up to dry outdoors, and finally press them before sending them back out to their customers, all by hand, no washing machines. It's open 18 to 20 hours a day, and 7,000 people work in this one outdoor laundry. Even more impressive than that are the dabbawalas. This is the world's biggest lunchbox delivery service, and it was made famous by the Bollywood movie The Lunchbox. Here's what happens, and remember, this has a long tradition, so there may be a few gender stereotypes here which we'll have to forgive. But traditionally, a man would get up and go to work at his office in the morning. His wife would wake up and start preparing meals for the day. Around mid-morning, a delivery man called a dabbawala comes by the house, picks up the husband's lunch in a tiffin box. A tiffin box is a set of stacked metal containers, usually wrapped in canvas. The delivery man then takes the tiffin box to the husband's desk at his office. Not the lobby, not downstairs, to his desk. And then the whole process repeats itself in reverse in the afternoon. The man is not expected to take dirty dishes home with him. No. The dabbawalas come back, collect the tiffin boxes from the desk, and return them back home. They move. Listen to this. They move about 200,000 lunch boxes every day. And they have this complicated delivery system comprised of numbers, colors, and letters. And they fan out to all the homes in this huge city, pick up the lunches, get them to the desks by lunchtime so the meals are still hot every day. It's incredible. They have honed this system over the decades. They transport the boxes by train and bicycle, and there's an area outside the main train station where they do a lot of the sorting and stacking of the tiffin boxes. All the delivery men are paid about $200 per month. They traditionally come from the same village near the city of Pune. Mumbai city has about 12 million people, making it about the world's 10th most populous city. Have you joined our email list yet? Each Monday and Thursday, JR sends out some additional episode resources to about 3,000 of your fellow listeners. The emails include a summary of the episode, the definition of another word or phrase, and links to some English articles about the main topic. It's a great way to dig a little deeper on the material you hear on the program. To sign up for those emails, just go to plainenglish.com/mail and enter your details. plainenglish.com/mail, M-A-I-L. Today's expression is to clear out. To clear out is to make an area clean, neat, orderly, free of unwanted things. Imagine this conversation. What are you doing this weekend? Well, I have to clear out the garage. Clear out the garage? What do you have to do that for? Well, believe it or not, we want some space to park our car in the garage. To clear out the garage, move all the junk out of there so you can fit your car. Clear out the basement. Depending on where you live, houses may or may not have basements. But if you have a basement, there's probably some stuff down there that you should clear out one of these days. Clear out your desk. Let's hope you don't hear that at work. That means you should get all your stuff and go home, usually forever. How did you hear it in the episode? If you said that they cleared out an orphanage to build the world's most expensive house, then you remembered correctly. There was an extended battle over whether this home was legally built on the land where it sits. There was an orphanage there dating back to 1895 on that parcel. And the new owners of the building and the orphanage came to an agreement, and the new owners did pay for the land, but there was, and still is, some question about whether the sale was legal or not. Regardless, the symbolism really upset a lot of people in Mumbai. They cleared out an orphanage to build the world's most expensive residence. Yikes. What else can you clear out? Clear out your closets. Marie Kondo, right? Clear out your closets. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't give you joy. Keep it nice and clean from now on. Go to plainenglish.com/136 if you'd like to hear more about Marie Kondo. That was back on episode 136. That was a popular episode. Clear out your drawers, clear out your closets. You can use clear out to refer to yourself, too. We need to clear out of here means we need to leave. Well, today's quote is from the movie The Lunchbox. The plot of the movie is that the dabbawalas mix up one man's lunchbox, and he winds up corresponding with a stranger. The quote I have for you today is this, spoken by the character Sheikh. Sometimes the wrong train will get you to the right station. I like that quote because it reminds us that even if we take the wrong path in life, or if we make a mistake, or don't make the right choice, we can still wind up in a good place. Sometimes the wrong train will get you to the right station. I like that a lot. The Lunchbox is a great movie. I highly recommend it to anyone. It's a great story, and the scenery from Mumbai is cool too. It's not on Netflix anymore, but you can stream it on Amazon. By the way, do you guys find that Netflix doesn't have any of the movies you want to see anymore? All they seem to have are Netflix originals, some of which are fine, but the movies I've wanted to see lately were Apollo 11, Bohemian Rhapsody, and The Mule, and none of them was on Netflix. I'm sure it's been a gradual shift, but there are literally no movies that I want to see on Netflix anymore. I like their series. I just finished the first season of Cable Girls, and they have some great original series, some good Spanish language shows too. I'm looking forward to the final season of Orange is the New Black and the next season of The Crown, but movies, I'm just not feeling it anymore for movies on Netflix. All right, that's the end of my rant and the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you like the travel ones. Several of you have asked for Chicago, so we'll see. We'll see about doing that one sometime soon. Remember to sign up for additional episode resources at plainenglish.com/mail, and we'll be back here for our next episode on Thursday. See you then.